Good credit, bad credit, no credit. Either way, these tips will work out for you. Are you looking to buy a house or a new car, or simply just want to increase your credit score? Well, stay tuned. I have 4 tips on how you can do that. Let me first start off by saying I'm not a professional, and everything that I'm telling you today are tips that I've actually used in my own life over the years to get a house, to get a car, or simply raise my credit score. I've also helped other people along the way to watch the video all the way to the end, because I have a bonus tip at the end that I think you're really going to appreciate to help increase your credit score. Number 1 is payment history, which is about 35% of your credit score. Make sure you pay your bills on time and in full each month. It's so important that you do that, because if you fall short on your bills, then it can have a domino effect on your credit score. So pay your bills on time and in full every month, and you should be able to satisfy that portion of your score. That's tip number 1. 2, length of credit history, which is 15% of your credit score. Do not close any accounts that you've had a long time. After you've paid any cards off, be sure to still keep those accounts open, because those histories will also be a part of your credit score, which can really affect you if you decide to close the account. And what happens is when you close the account, you wipe out all the history that you have had with your credit score, and you don't want to do that. And it'll just be starting from zero. Nah. We don't want to do that. Number 3, which is types of credit used, which is about 10% of your credit score. That's basically saying that you have a variety of different types of credit, whether it be revolving, or if you're, let's say, getting a store card like Macy's, JCPenney, or if you're getting a car loan, or if you're getting a mortgage, just different types of loans that show diversity in your credit score. Number 4 is amounts owed, which is about 30% of your credit score. This part is really, really important. A lot of people do not know the effects of them letting their bills drag on. Yes, you can pay minimum payments and your credit score will be okay, but at the same time, you'll be paying a lot of interest. To avoid paying the interest, I always recommend not spending more than 30% of your credit line. 50 is really stretching it. Some people say 50, but I always play it safe and go with 30% or less of your credit line. Otherwise, it alerts the credit bureaus and makes them, kind of assume that, okay, you're in some kind of financial distress, and that's why you're using all of your money and all of your credit line all at once. So to avoid that, spend less than 30%. Last is new credit, which is about 10% of your credit score. This is pretty much letting the credit bureau know in your credit history how much of your credit history is new credit cards. So I always advise people, do not open too many credit cards all at the same time, because that's a big no-no as well. And that will also cause you to not get approved for the card that you want or whatever it is you're applying for, because now you're applying for way too much credit all at the same time. I normally say don't apply for a new credit card or a new account maybe every year. That's how I do it, or more than that. But some people can go every 6 months and get a new card or new account, but it's at your discretion. I personally, no more than a year, I don't like to run my credit. And now for my bonus tip. Now you're probably wondering, well, if I have no credit and I need to build my credit, how do I do it with my credit score in the current condition? A really great way to build your credit is opening a secured credit card. I bet you didn't know that. And that's why I'm here to let you know. Get a secured credit card. If you haven't heard of it, look it up. You can pretty much find a secured credit card almost anywhere. Bank of America, Citi, Wells Fargo, a lot of these banks all offer secured cards, and they all can help you to raise your credit score. It's pretty much like a debit card, not a debit card, but pretty much like a debit card, where you're putting money on the card to prove to the banks that you can handle money. So let's say you put in $300, you would put in $300 into the card, and then they would give you the card for you to use as if it's a credit card. And like I said in the previous tips, don't spend more than 30% of your credit line, so you can keep that down. And on top of that, make sure you pay your bills on time and in full, and make sure that you're not opening a bunch of other credit cards out there. Just stick to the secured card and just be very diligent with it and spend very wisely on there. Maybe spend like a piece of gum or, something very small on there just to keep it going. And I'm telling you, after 1 year of spending on that card and paying it off and, doing good by it, you'll be happy to see that your credit score has risen. Good thing about this is that the credit bureaus are not able to see that it's a secured card. So when it's reported, it's simply reported as a credit account. It's not saying that it's a secured account. Now, everyone is different and everybody's history is different. So just make sure you do your research, look around for the best secured card for you, so that way you can make sure you set yourself up to increase your credit score along with all the other tips that I gave you. If you like this video, please subscribe below and make sure that you are able to tell me what you did to increase your credit score. Was there any tips that I left out that worked out for you? If so, let me know.